Welcome to Mikab Model College online tutorial. We hope at the end of this lesson, you will have acquired the expected learning outcome. Sit down and listen attentively as we introduce your subject teacher.
Good day, students. I am Mrs. Rukaya Tamuna, an English teacher of Mikab Model School. Today I will be taking you English language, and the topic is noun. Under noun, we'll be looking at definition of a noun, the examples of a noun in a sentence, and the types of noun. Now, in your previous class, that is JSS 3, you were taught part of speech, and we all learned that there are 8 parts of speech, which are noun, pronoun, adverb, adjective, verb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. You all must know how to use all these 8 parts of speech in sentence formation so that your speech will be correct. You know, as a human being, when you walk with your head, it is not correct. Or you eat with your leg, it is not correct. In the same way, when you use a noun when making a speech where it should not be used, then it is not correct. Also, when you use a verb where an adjective is supposed to be used, that speech is incorrect. So today, there is need for us to know what noun is all about and how to use them correctly when making a sentence. Now we shall be looking at the definition of a noun. A noun is a word for a person, place, animal, or thing. Everything we can see or we talk about is represented by a word that names it. And that naming word is called a noun. When you mention a name, e.g. Austin, Favor, Teacher, you have named what? A noun. These names are nouns. Also, when you mention a place like Lagos, London, Market, you have also named a noun. Again, when you mention the name of an animal like goat, cat, cow, donkey, you have mentioned a noun. And finally, when you mention a thing, you have mentioned a noun. We have 2 types of thing. There are some you can see, you can touch. They have physical appearance, while some you can only feel them, like laughter, sorrow, happiness. All these are nouns put together. Therefore, my dear students, a noun is a word for a person, animal, place, or thing. They are naming words because they help us to name a person, they help us to name a thing, they help us to name an animal, and even a place. Now, let us look at more examples of a noun in a sentence. Number 1 of the example is Olu is my friend. Olu there is underlined. It's underlined because it is a noun. It has just named a person. The second example is I was born and brought up in Lagos. Lagos there is a name of a place. It is a name of a place, therefore it is a noun because it has named a place. And the third example is the goat is a domestic animal. Goat there is a name, therefore it is a noun, and that is why it is underlined. I know that some of you might be thinking, why didn't we say domestic animal is also a name? Domestic animal is not a name because it just described a noun. Domestic animal in that sentence is not a name, it's not a noun, because it described a noun. Therefore, it is what? An adjective. Then, the other example is, my father has a big house in the village. Now, house, father, and village in that sentence are all nouns. Therefore, they are underlined. And the last example in that sentence is, I passed my examination in flying colors. Examination there is a name. Therefore, it is a noun. So now we shall be looking at the types of noun we have in English grammar. Number one of it is proper noun. The second one is common noun. The third one is abstract noun. The fourth one is concrete noun. The fifth one is countable noun. And the last one is non-countable noun. Now we shall be taking two out of these types of noun. And in our next class, we'll be looking at the rest. The first one is proper noun. What is proper noun? Proper noun is a specific. I want you all to listen to me very well, because students do get confused when it comes to proper and common noun. They don't know the difference between proper noun and a common noun. So today, I believe we all will understand this at the end of the lesson. Proper noun. A proper noun is a specific, unique person, place, or thing or animal. Proper noun is always capitalized. Listen, the first letter of a proper noun is always capitalized. The reason why it is capitalized is because it has named a specific person. So every name is what? A noun. Because in our definition of a noun, we said it is what? A naming word. Therefore, every proper noun should be capitalized. Whether it begins a sentence or it is found at the middle or at the end of a sentence. Example, when we mention a person's name like Austin, Austin belongs to a particular person. It does not belong to a group of people. Therefore, the name Austin, the first letter of that word should be capitalized. It is a proper noun. Then when we mention Lagos, Lagos is a name of a place and it belongs to a particular city. We don't have Lagos in London, we don't have it in Canada. We have Lagos in Nigeria and in Lagos State. So Lagos, the first letter of Lagos must be capitalized because it is what? A proper noun. Then Nigeria is a country. That name Nigeria is fixed for only a country. There is no other country bearing that name, Nigeria. Therefore, it is what? A proper noun. Now let us go to common noun. Common noun is the general, non-specific term for a person. Listen, I said is the general, non-specific what? Term for a person, place, animal, or thing. Usually, common noun is not capitalized unless it begins what? A sentence. You know, when we are writing a sentence, the first letter of that sentence must be what? Capitalized. That is the rule in English grammar. But as for common noun, when it is beginning a sentence, it must be capitalized. But when it comes in the middle or at the end of a sentence, it should not be capitalized because it is a name of a general. It is a general name. It is not a specific name. It is a name that belongs to a group of people, animal, place, or thing. For example, we have girl, principal, town, school, hotel, etc. So all these are common nouns because they are not the particular name given to the people and things being described in this in this context. So common nouns are general name. For example, we have a girl there. A girl is the general name given to the female what? Maybe species. So, but when we now mention the name of that girl, like Fina, that Fina becomes what? A proper noun. It has named a specific person. Well, the table we will be seeing will help us more to differentiate between a common noun and a proper noun. Now on that table, we have common noun and we have proper noun. Please, I want you all to look at the table very well. We have boy there. That boy is a general name. Then we have David. You have specified the person. And for you to know whether a noun is a common or proper noun, then this is the question you should ask. What is it? Common noun asks the question, what is it? While proper noun asks the question, what is its name? What is it? It is a boy. What is its name? His name is who? David. Then we have girl there. The girl is a general name, and we have Sarah as a specific name given to that girl. School. We all know that we have many schools around us, and it is a general name given to us, school. When I say I'm going to the school, you may not know the school I am going to until I mention the name of the school. That name of the school is what? A proper noun. And that is why on the table there, we have school, and the name of the school is Mikab Model School. We have town, we know very well that we have so many towns. But now we have specified a town, which is named Lokoja. I believe we are all following. Yes. Then bridge, we have London Bridge. Streets, we have Onuma Streets. Country, we have Nigeria. Markets, we have Alaba International Markets. Hotel, we have Athens Hotel. All these are common nouns and proper nouns. Therefore, my dear students, you should not get confused when we talk about common noun and proper noun. You should know which to capitalize and which not to what? Capitalize. This common noun and proper noun can be used together in a sentence because they are related in a way. You know why the common noun gives a general name, the proper noun gives what? A specific name. For example, we have the school there. I still want you to see something. We have a school, and the name of the school is Mikab Model School in that table. So we are still going to look at more examples of common noun and proper noun. On the table there, we have sentence A using common noun and sentence B replacing the common noun with a proper noun. A says, Mary likes to read a book every night. A book is a general name. We don't know the name of the book Mary reads every night. But sentence B says, Mary likes to read Harry Potter every night. You can see that sentence B has helped to specify the name of what? Of the book. Therefore, in sentence A, book there is what? A common noun. While in sentence B, Harry Potter is a proper noun. That's a specific name. Then the other example there is, in my country, you cannot marry more than one person at a time. Country there is underlined. It is what? A common noun. Because it has not named the name, the particular name of the country. But in sentence B, the common noun is being replaced. It's being replaced with what? A proper noun. It helps to give us the name of the country. It says in Nigeria, you cannot marry more than one person at a time. Therefore, country in the first sentence is what? Is a common noun. While Nigeria in the second one is what? A proper noun. Now, what might be going on in your mind now is, how do we use common and proper noun? Common and proper noun can be used in a sentence. I will give you an example and cite out and point out the common and the proper noun. A doctor in Memorial Hospital, listen very well. A doctor in Memorial Hospital worked long hours in helping to contain the spread of a virus known as coronavirus. This is just a sentence, but I will bring out all the nouns we have in that sentence. In that sentence, we have a doctor, we have long hours, we have Memorial Hospital, we have coronavirus, and we have what? A virus. But this sentence contains both the proper noun and the common noun. The reason why I brought up this example is because some of you might be thinking that, okay, is it possible for us to use proper noun and common noun together in a sentence? Yes, it is very possible. In the sentence I've just given, doctor there is not written in capital letter. It is a small. The first letter of that word doctor is in small letter. While the Memorial Hospital, we could as well say in the hospital, but we gave a name to it and we said Memorial what? Hospital. So Memorial Hospital is the proper noun. Why virus? We have so many viruses. Virus is a general name. It is a common noun. And coronavirus is what? A proper noun, because it has helped to name the virus. Do we all understand? Or yes, let's get going. Now, in summary, you can see that nouns, from the definition we gave, nouns are naming words. They are naming words because they help to name a person, animal, place, or thing. And common nouns are general, non-specific. Please, I want you to understand that word very well. Non-specific. It has not named the specific what? Person, place, or thing. People, places, or things. Common nouns are the first letter of a common noun, of every common noun, and not what? Capitalized. Unless they begin what? A sentence. Proper nouns are specific, unique people, yes, because you are the only one that bears that name Austin. If there is any other Austin, the person can never be you. Lagos bears its name. If there is any other Lagos, it can never be like your Lagos. The same thing with the country, that is Nigeria. So it is a unique name given to people, places, or things. And finally, proper nouns are always capitalized, whether they begin a sentence or found at the middle or at the end of a sentence. Don't forget, my dear students, it is not all the words of proper nouns you capitalize, but you capitalize the first letter of every proper noun. Thank you. When we meet next, in our next class, we shall be looking at the other types of nouns. That's the abstract noun and concrete noun. Thank you.